So, what is going on, guys? This is Ryan here.
And this is other Ryan here.
And today we once again have another interesting video for you all. Now this one is actually talking about the supposedly new animatronic in the new teaser on scottgames.com. Now, a lot of people are saying that this cannot be Sping Freddy because of a set few particular things. Now, we're actually going to be debunking this and proving why this is most likely Sping Freddy.
Yes, now, when I first saw this image, we both noticed that it was shrouded in red. And
yes,
we don't know whether or not this was a Halloween theme, because obviously it's released on Halloween, and even the Scott Games logo's like covered in red. So I decided, what if we got rid of these reds? Because this red seems to be really overpowering the image.
So yeah, it definitely bleeds over all the textures, doesn't it? So it's just such a vibrant red, yeah.
I lowered it down quite a bit, and what you'll notice is that it kind of turns into the same colour as Springtrap, which means that this could indeed be Sping Freddy.
Yeah, so this could actually be another golden, or should I say yellow animatronic, and even if it's not golden, it could actually possess the exact same colours as Freddy, which would be still interesting, and it would still back up the idea that this character is most certainly Sping Freddy.
Definitely, yes.
Now, I think the second thing we need to talk about is the generation of this animatronic and why this may actually work alongside Spring Bonnie. Now, if you actually go into the character's face, you'll actually see that this character seems to have the same casing around the eyes that Springtrap or Spring Bonnie also does.
Yes, and this could mean that this was Springtrap's partner in crime that we see in the sister locations of the Freddy Fazbear Pizza locations.
Exactly, and two more things, one of which you actually brought up, Other Ryan, is the fact that this character seems to be withered in such a way which resembles the same style, or should I say the same level of damage that Springtrap also has.
Which could mean that they've been left to rot for the same amount of time, definitely.
Exactly, and then the final thing is actually looking at the arm of this animatronic. If you actually see careful enough, it looks very similar to the endoskeleton we see inside of Springtrap also, so I really think these two animatronics coincide with one another, and an interesting question I actually posed to Other Ryan was actually, where was this guy between Five Nights at Freddy's 1 and Five Nights at Freddy's 3?
Yeah, because he must have been in the establishment somewhere, because obviously if Springtrap's existed through all that time, then Sping Freddy must have existed also, so where was he in all of the establishments?
Exactly, I think it's definitely something we need to know, and hopefully as time goes on and more teasers are released, we might actually understand this.
Yes, hopefully so.
Okay, so now we're going to move over to possibly the most important part of this video as to why we believe this character to be Sping Freddy. Now, a lot of people have been saying that this cannot be Sping Freddy for one particular reason.
And that reason being it has 3 fingers and 1 thumb, so it cannot fit a human hand inside.
Now, there is actually something wrong with this idea. Now, if you go in very close to the hand, you will actually see a 4th finger, and it's actually the ring finger that is being hidden. The ring finger being the finger in between the middle and the little finger. Now, if you actually do zoom in, as I say, you will most certainly see it.
Yes, and this debunks the theory that it's just another new animatronic. This is most definitely Sping Freddy.
Definitely from the same generation that Springtrap was produced. It has to be the same, and you know, if that's the case, then this is obviously, well, most likely the other animatronic that had the crank ability where people could climb inside and also act inside the suit without the endoskeleton being there, or at least by pushing it to the side, should I say.
Yeah, and this opens up the storyline to Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Is this going to be from the perspective of what we theorise to be 2 purple guys? So is this the pink guy that we've always been discussing?
Yes, exactly. And, you know, just before we actually go off the topic of this guy having 4 fingers and 1 thumb, I just want to pick up on a few key details as to why this is the case. So, if we zoom in very close to the hand of this new animatronic and you look at the spikes on the end, you will actually see that there is definitely 2 different spikes. There's a slight discoloration where the red light is hitting the 2 different fingers, and you can definitely see there's a separation because the spike on the end of one seems to end, and you can see where the other one starts because of the dark background. Now, the second point is actually looking at the finger itself. Now, if you look at the grooves on the hand where the 4th finger actually is, you'll see that light is definitely casting off of it, and there's definitely some ambient occlusion being cast between the little finger and the ring finger. And this definitely signifies that there is some spacing between those two, there is some depth between those two, and there's most certainly another finger there.
So all in all, there is 4 fingers.
And 1 thumb. So there's definitely enough room to fit a human hand inside of this.
Debunked.
Now, I think the final thing as well we're just going to talk about is, if we know this guy to still exist, was this guy, aka Sping Freddy and Springtrap, partners in crime?
Yes, like we said, you know, there could be 2 purple guys that were in on these murders. What if Sping Freddy is the pink guy and Springtrap was the purple guy?
Exactly, and I really do think based on this image with the amount of red, and if you go in the inspect element, you can see all of the 87 scattered throughout absolutely every bit of text. there is definitely an involvement with the bite of 87. This guy definitely has sharp teeth. He's more than capable of doing enough damage to a child's head to rip out his frontal lobe. It has to be the case. Whether it's just him or whether it's both animatronics working together that we're going to actually debunk this and, well, should I say discover this? We won't know until there's more teasers released, but we're going to keep an eagle eye on this.
Definitely so, yeah.
Alright then guys, so thank you very much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, be sure to like it. And hey, if you're new around here, why not subscribe to keep up to date with daily theories and also gameplay videos? We're actually going to be going back to daily theories for a little while. This image possesses so much information. We're going to go back. We're going to look at all the other things that this image might tell us. And guys, you're in for a treat. There is so much you're going to be learning, and the ride is going to be amazing. So all you new guys as well, be sure to stick around if you want to see all this new information from me and other Ryan.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Absolutely. So thank you for watching, guys, and we'll of course see you on the next one.
Goodbye, guys.
Want to see even more content from us?
Consider liking and subscribing to ensure you'll see all content in the foreseeable future.
And hey, why not check out our past 2 videos?